This is episode 26 of the Living Luppy podcast, Food for Fun. Welcome to the Living Luppy podcast, where a fat musician fights to lose 200 pounds and learns a whole lot of lessons along the way. And now, weighing in at 413 pounds with a total weight loss of 41 pounds, here he is, your host, me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Living Luppy podcast. This is the podcast that's called Living Luppy. So that works out, right? Hey, I'm sure glad you guys are tuned in. This is the podcast where we talk about health and fitness, and it's from the perspective of a fat guy. And I am that fat guy. My name is Luppy. So thanks for tuning in. This is my journey to lose 234 pounds. And also discuss everything I learned along the way. The struggles I have, the victories I have, and hopefully it's something that can help you deal with your own journey as well. So thanks for tuning in. It's a darn good time. If you haven't done so, be sure to head over to livingluppy.com. That is the home for the podcast. You can watch all the old podcast episodes as well as Luppy daily videos that I do. Lots of good stuff there, some resources you can look into. And also be sure to sign up for our newsletter, because I will send you motivating ideas and tips right to your inbox. That's Luppy in your inbox. That's almost like we're hanging out. So be sure to sign up and get some great motivational content right in your inbox. All right, every week on the show, I weigh in and see where I am at, and I did that this morning, so let's check it out. Okay, there it is, 413 pounds for a total weight loss of 41 pounds. So that means I didn't lose any weight this week. But again, the last few weeks have been more about what I'm eating and less about how much I'm eating. I haven't been tracking, and I have been just trying to actually really get dairy out of my diet for good. For those of you who are new to my videos and my podcast, I am a vegan. But actually I prefer to call it plant-based because really I just want to eat lots of plants and no animal products. I've been vegetarian for almost 6 years now. But the dairy part has been hard for me. That dairy, cheese, ice cream, that stuff kind of made a return into my diet for it's been there for a couple years now. And so I am working on getting that stuff out again, because I really believe in the health benefits of staying strictly plant-based, eating lots of fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, grains, that kind of stuff, and keeping the animal products out. So that has been more of my focus this last few weeks. I've gone, I think it's about 3 weeks now, I've got dairy out. I'm starting to feel pretty strong about it. Like I got it out and I'm not going back. I'm not going to start eating cheese again because it was so hard to get it out. Cheese is addictive. It's actually physically addictive. And that's why so many people, when I talk about veganism, they're like, oh my God, I just couldn't do it. Cheese, there's no way I could let go of cheese. Cheese is always the thing that everybody says. And I know, I was there too. Cheese is really hard, and it's because we're all addicted to it. And it's not good for us. Dairy is not good for us. Just the saturated fat alone, amongst many other reasons, which I am going to do a podcast here in the next couple weeks about why I have gone plant-based, and I'll get more into the science of it and the reasons I'm doing it personally. because a lot of people have been starting to ask me that. I just want to share my story and my view on those things. So look for that video in the next couple weeks. I'm going to be doing that. But yeah, back to this week. I really have just been working on getting the dairy out and being fully plant-based. And I'm proud to say I am there, and it's great. But I got to still be vigilant. That's a funny story. In one of my older podcasts, I said vigilant instead of vigilant. And now every time I say that word, I can't remember which one is right at first. Is it vigilant or vigilant? And then I'm like, oh, it's vigilant. Okay, so that's funny. You just saw me do it there live. Anyway, I still got to say vigilant because, it's an addictive thing, and cheese is good, and I still kind of crave it a little bit here and there. But I'm to the point now where I'm not going back to it. So that feels really good. But now the next thing I need to work on is the quantity. I have been not tracking, and I have been definitely overeating, especially at night. And I've been eating just too much food. I'm eating mostly clean, but I'm eating a lot of chips. And I've even been making my own chips with no oil. So they're definitely healthier, but still a lot of calories that add up. I've been eating a lot of popcorn. Again, air popped, no oil. But sometimes I will spray a little oil so that the salt sticks. So there's a little bit of oil on there, but it's not a lot. But still, I'll eat a whole huge bowl of it. And so that's still 400 or 500 calories. And then, of course, pizza. Our good friend pizza, which we'll talk more about that in the Pizza Wars later in the show. But I've definitely been hitting the pizza train. And now I'm getting it without cheese now, which is good, way better. But still a lot of bread and a lot of calories when you just sit down and eat a whole large pizza from Pizza Hut. And I did that twice this week. 2 times. Twice. We'll talk about that later in the show. But a lot of calories. So now that I've got the animal products out for good, I think it's really time for me to focus on how much I'm eating and starting to work on the overeating. So that brings us to our battle notes. Battle notes. These are the battle notes. Boom. This week in the battle notes, we are going to talk about food for fun. That's right. This is my biggest reason I overeat at night is that I look forward to eating at night all day. So here's how my days go. All day, I'll eat pretty good. I get up, I have my Rips Big Bowl every morning, which is great, high fiber, lots of fruit, good, nutritious, low fat, low sugar, low added sugar. Good breakfast, right? And I'll eat a good lunch, and then usually I might eat a good dinner, or I might start thinking about skipping dinner so that I can pig out at night. So I work all day on this podcast and on other websites and on my music. Then I teach piano lessons a lot of times in the afternoon, so I do that. Then I have gigs most night playing music. I'm a musician, so I go out and play every night. Then after I play, the only thing that gets me through some of the boredom of some of my gigs is that I get to go home, watch a movie, and eat something. That's like my whole thing. And so I've really gotten into this habit. It's not a new habit. I've been doing it my entire life since I was a kid. I remember living at home. I couldn't wait till, pizza night. We would get pizza and watch Family Ties. This is a association that goes back to when I was a little kid. And that's what a lot of families do, sit in front of the TV and eat. That's not necessarily bad, but it's just become such a habit for me that now it's like my only way to relax. After a hard day of working and doing lots of stuff, I want to sit down and watch TV and relax. And then watching TV without food is nearly impossible for me right now. I just sit there, even if I try, I'll sit there and I'm just constantly like, I should go get something to eat. Ooh, we should order pizza. It's constant. And lately I've really been giving into it because I'm tired of fighting it. And I justify it a little bit too, because I know that I'm eating, a lot better overall and eating better during the day. And then when I am going to eat a little more at night, I'm like, well, at least don't get cheese and try to put lots of veggies and try to make it the healthiest version I can, which is good for sure. And I'm glad that I'm doing that. And that's why I haven't gained weight this last week, because I ate a lot at night, almost every night this week. But I didn't gain any weight. And that's exciting because, that means I'm making better food choices. But I'm still eating too much, and I'm still putting too much on food. I'm still looking at food as my source of fun. Food is being my source of entertainment. So I want to come home, watch a movie, and eat. If I try to do it without the food, I almost just can't do it. I'll just sit there and think about it the whole time. And so this is definitely a problem. First of all, I'm trying to retrain my mind to look at food as fuel, not as entertainment. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to get my index card. I do little card reminders that I read every day and daily affirmations and stuff. I'm going to write on this one, food is fuel, not entertainment. Okay, so that's number one. I am going to start working on reading this every day, multiple times a day. I'm going to read this card to remind myself, food is fuel, not entertainment. So that'll be one of the first steps in overcoming this. But I got to stop looking at food as my go-to thing. Here's another part of the issue. I am definitely an addict. I have been addicted to many things: cigarettes, alcohol, chewing tobacco, sugar, ice cream specifically. Pizza is my big one. I'm definitely a food addict. And here's how I've been approaching these things. I used to smoke a lot. I used to smoke 4 packs a day. And definitely that was the first thing I had to get rid of. I quit smoking, which was really hard, and I'm super proud of myself. And all you smokers out there know how hard it is. I know. My heart's with you. I know it's really hard. And I was able to do it, knock it out. How did I do it? Well, I got rid of the cigarettes and maybe turned to something else. Maybe I started drinking a little more or eating a little more. So then I started drinking too much. And then I started chewing with the drinking, tobacco. So then it was like, you got to deal with that. So I really got to the point where I was drinking too much. I was functional, but I was drinking every night. It's part of my job, and I was just feeling really crappy, and I had to cut it out. So I quit drinking. Again, super hard, especially doing what I do. I'm in bars every single night of my life. So that was really, really hard, but I did it. 9 months ago today, by the way. 9 months I've been sober, which is the longest I've ever gone in my adult life. So I'm pretty proud of that. And I'm feeling really good. I actually really enjoy being sober. I love it. I'm way healthier. I feel way better. My cloudy brain it's way better. I still have brain fog sometimes, but it's way better than it used to be. I'm not in that haze that I used to be. And I'm saving a lot of money. So I am loving it. I'm super proud of myself and happy I did that, and I'm healthier for it. So I got rid of the alcohol, and I got rid of the chewing tobacco. Okay, now what? Now what's left? Well, if I'm not going to do that, I'm going to go to food. So that's when food really kicked into high gear, although it's always been an issue for me, but especially now that I'm not drinking. So instead of looking forward to drinking at night, I'm going to look forward to ordering pizza and watching a movie. That's my new addiction. So I just am substituting one addiction for the other. I got rid of a lot of things, though. I got rid of alcohol, cigarettes, chewing tobacco, also soda. I was drinking a lot of soda pop, whatever you call it. I was drinking a lot of Mountain Dew and Coke and Pepsi. And so I got rid of that, too. And that's been like over a year now, I think, that I got rid of soda. So there's another addiction. Then I went through a big ice cream phase. And if you've been watching my podcast for a while, you remember I was talking about ice cream every week for a while. I couldn't stop eating Moose Tracks. It was ridiculous. I was so addicted to it. And I conquered it. I knew that I had to overcome it. I knew that I didn't want this to control me, and I stopped it. And I got rid of the ice cream. And then dairy and cheese was such an addiction. I couldn't stop eating cheese every day, all day, just cheese, cheese, cheese. And I knocked that out 3 weeks ago. Bam, no more cheese. So I know I can do it. And now I'm down to my last addiction, which is the food for fun. Is coming home, watching a movie, and eating pizza or popcorn or both or all of, eating. I've been getting into non-dairy ice cream now, which is not nearly as good. It's a nice treat once in a while, but it doesn't do the same thing that ice cream does for you. But so I still have this nighttime I want to be entertained by food, and I know it's completely unhealthy. So I need to retrain my mind. Food is fuel. I need to find a healthy substitute or a healthy addiction. Maybe it's exercise, maybe it's music. I don't know. I haven't found it yet. I do have a lot of addictions or obsessions that are good, working on my businesses and my music and this podcast. And, I have some good obsessions, but I don't know how to come home and relax without food. I haven't figured out how to do it. And so that is going to be the great last stand. I mean, there's always going to be issues that come up, but this is like the biggest thing that I need to overcome, because without this, there's nothing. And then that's really depressing. If I'm like taking that away, then what am I going to do? Just sit here, lame. And that's really depressing to me. That's how I know I'm addicted to it, because it's really depressing to think of getting rid of it. So it's a mental game, man. Me and my boy Adam T always talk about the mental game, and this is a great example of it. Mental, how we know what we're supposed to do, but how do we switch in our mind over to it? How do we do it and feel good about it and not sad and like we're giving up something we can't give up? So I'm going to work on retraining my brain. I'm going to work on trying to find some healthy substitutes. I've tried like reading more, or I go for walks now every day, and I'm actually working on walking all the way around Forest Park, which is right by my house. It's 6 miles, so I'm working on that every day. I'm doing 2 miles right now, which is good. I'm doing all those kind of things, but I had to find a way to come home and relax and be entertained without food. So if you have any ideas, suggestions, things that you do, please comment, send me a message or comment here on the post, whatever. Let me know what you do. I'm definitely open for suggestions, and then maybe somewhere down the road I'll share some of those suggestions and try to come up with some ideas. I've done some shows in the past, like I did a 6 tips for nighttime eating, and those are all good, and I've tried those, but it's still not enough. This keeps winning. The TV, the movie, and pizza keeps winning. So I need to find a way to finally conquer this addiction. So I'm going to keep working on it, and I'll let you know how it goes. All right, it's time to take a quick break. Thanks for listening. That was kind of a long rant, but thanks for listening to that. We're going to take a quick break. Hear a word from our sponsor. If you are interested in sponsoring the show, or if you just want to get a hold of me, you can do that at livingloopy@gmail.com. Twitter is livingloopy. Facebook is facebook.com/livingloopy. And also hit me up on Snapchat. If you're on Snapchat, I am Loopy1023 on Snapchat. I do daily snaps on there, and I'm kind of enjoying keeping in touch with people on Snapchat. It's fun. So hit me up there, and let me know what you're struggling with, what you're doing, or just say hi. That would be awesome. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
This is the Jim Manley, Chris SWAN duo.
Mr. Saturday Dance. Heard they crowded the floor. In other words, I love you.
For booking information, call 314-616-0760.
Aw, yeah. What's that? That's a new tune. I haven't heard that before. "What is that jam, Luppy?" says you. And Luppy replies, "That right there is the new single of the month. Every month I am releasing a single that I haven't released before. And this month is On the Lonely Road with You." That is the name of that song. On the Lonely Road, parentheses, with you. That is my new single of the month. That's from an older album I did in 2003 called Lo-Fi for the Underground Volume 1. I never really released that record though, so I've repackaged it, remastered it, and I have it available now on my website. And by hitting this link right here, hopefully a link just popped up, you can go and check out that album, listen to some tracks, and get your own copy. And that includes On the Lonely Road with You. But it's also available, the single is just available on iTunes, so you can do that too. Go to iTunes, pick up your copy. Or if you want to get 3 free songs from me, I'm giving away free music just for checking my stuff out. You can go to loopytunes.com. Go to loopytunes.com and get your free songs right there just for checking it out. So do that when you get a chance, and you can get Luppy in your eardrums. All right? Enjoy. All right, welcome back to the Living Luppy podcast. I'm glad you guys are here. We're talking about health and fitness and our weight loss journey, and the highs and the lows, the victories and the battles. And it is now time to talk about the pizza. Wars. Pizza. Wars. All right, it's time for the Pizza Wars. Pizza Wars is the part of the show where I discuss my ongoing addiction with pizza. If there's a number one food that I'm addicted to, it is definitely pizza. And I mean, it's bad. I'm really addicted to pizza. Now, the good news is I've gotten dairy out of my diet. So every time I am eating pizza now, I'm eating it without cheese. So that is a great improvement for sure. I'm trying to make the pizza I do eat, I'm trying to make it the healthiest that I can. No cheese, lots of veggies. And that's what I've been doing. And this week, the pizza has really gotten a hold of me this week. I have just been craving it. I've had a couple days off. So again, just like I talked about in the battle notes, to have fun, I want to order pizza and watch The Walking Dead. And I don't know, I just keep giving into it. But so this week I ordered pizza a lot. I think it was 4 times I ordered pizza. Yeah, it was a lot this week. Twice Papa John's, twice Pizza Hut. The good news is they have vegan crust at both, so I can do the vegan thing. Which is good. I did no cheese, and I just got a lot of veggies. Now, at Papa John's, the garlic sauce, the garlic butter is vegan. I had no idea, and it's probably better if I didn't know that, because now that I know, I can legally eat it, even though by no means it's not good for you. It's a lot of oil, basically. Soybean oil. So, but there's no dairy. So now I can dip my crust in that sauce, and when I do it right. I ate like 4 of those cups in a sitting. It's disgusting. I think each one is 75 calories. So calorie-wise, it's not that crazy bad, but you add it with everything else you're eating, and there's a lot of fat in there. It's not healthy, and I don't think it makes me feel good. It messes with my stomach. So I did Papa John's twice. Then one night I got Pizza Hut, and it was good. But I did get some Daiya cheese, and I put the Daiya vegan cheese on there, which was really good. But again, that's just adding a bunch of saturated fat and calories I don't need. And then last night I ordered Pizza Hut once again, and I got it without cheese. I didn't put cheese on the Daiya on it. So all in all, pretty good. The Pizza Hut's really good. The hand-tossed crust, extra sauce, bunch of veggies. It's cheap. It's like pretty affordable. And so for sure I'm making, and they put lots of veggies on it because Papa John's doesn't put as much veggies on. So I overall am making better decisions. That's good. But 4 times to order pizza is a lot in 1 week. And actually, it's really expensive. So, here's how we're going to do the score, because one of those times it was a well thought out, I'm going to get pizza, but I'll do it healthy. It's good. 3 of those times was definitely like feeding the addiction. Like, I'm going to get pizza and I'm going to come home and I'm going to eat it. It's just feeding that addiction. 3 of those times was definitely feeding addiction. So even though I made it the healthiest version, I'm still going to count those as losers. So this week in the Pizza Wars, it's pizza 3, Luppy 1. So 3-1. I lost this week, which is a bummer, because I've been winning the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I think. But I'm still making better decisions when I am getting the pizza, and that's good. But I need to stop just having to eat out all the time to make life exciting, and that's why I'm calling them losers. So 3-1 this week, Luppy loses. But I will be back next week, and we'll see how it goes. All right. So now it is time for our health fact of the day. Every week on the show, I find a health fact and I just say it to you. I don't really research it. I just look it up on the internet, but I do try to find things that make sense. So this week, our health fact is this: eating a salad before a big meal can actually reduce the number of overall calories that you eat. So, eating a salad before a meal can actually reduce the overall calories that you eat. Now, that depends on what kind of salad you're eating too. I'm not talking about a Caesar salad with a bunch of dressing dumped on it. Obviously, we're talking like a good healthy salad with no cheese or anything and some, dressing on the side maybe, and just using light dressing. But they have found out, they've done some research that that actually leads to overall calories, because the salad is way less calories and it's bulky, so it fills you up, and then you eat less of your meal. A lot of you, this might be, oh yeah, that makes sense. I know it's kind of common sense or whatever, but I just wanted to kind of feature that today. And if you haven't thought about that, maybe make you think about it, because it's true. If you eat a salad before a meal, you're going to eat less of the rest of the stuff. You can take it home and make more meals out of that. You don't have to finish your plate. So my challenge of the week to you is this: next time you go out to eat, especially if it's a place that does salads, like Italian places or whatever, I want you to get a healthy salad first. Start with a salad and get the dressing on the side and use as little dressing as you can, but get a good, healthy, veggie-filled salad first. Then enjoy your meal. Stop when you're full. That's your challenge of the week. Next time you go out, I want you to try that. Eat salad first, and just see if you don't eat less of your food than you maybe would have otherwise. Because it's true. It's going to fill you up on the good stuff, and then you'll have leftovers to eat later. So that's a win-win. It's a win-win-win. It's a win-win-win-win. I don't know. It's a lot of wins. So that is my challenge. Get her done. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the podcast this week. I always enjoy talking to you. Really, I'm just talking to my camera. But I know that you guys are out there because you have sent me great messages and comments, and I really appreciate everything that you guys have done to support me and to reach out. And I want you to know that I am here for you guys too. So please feel free to comment. Please share the video. Please feel free to email me or hit me on Twitter or whatever. And let's chat, man, because you're not alone. All right. If this is something you'd struggle with, you're not alone. And that's why I get on here and talk about how I ate pizza 4 times this week. Because I want the other people that do that. I don't want you to feel like you're a freak. For years, I would just be like, man, I am a freak. I am a loser. Who sits down and eats a whole large pizza in one setting? I guarantee you I'm not the only one out there that does that. And it's something I want to change and work on, and I am doing that. But it's also important to know that you're not a freak. You're not like broken. You know what I mean? You're not something that can't be fixed. You can be fixed. And the food we eat can fix us. Start getting those plants in your diet, man. Get some veggies, spinach, kale, broccoli. That stuff will fix you. And then get out and go for a walk, and that'll make you stronger. And I promise, step by step, you will start to do better. I was in the depths of this thing not long ago. Like just depressed, eating crap, gaining weight left and right, getting drunk every night. I was there, and I've been able to slowly but surely turn this thing around. And even this whole time I've done this, I've never felt just like gung-ho, yeah! You know how sometimes you just get so excited? I mean, there are days I feel like that, but overall, it has not been that kind of thing. It has been a calculated, thought out, what I want to do and why I want to do it, because I need to do it for my health. So you don't have to just be like all gung-ho, woo, yeah, that's CrossFit, you know what I mean? I love CrossFit. I'm not downing CrossFit at all. But I'm just saying you don't have to be like that to be successful. You can start making one decision at a time. And you can start by reaching out to a community of people who want to support you. It's there on YouTube and many other places. On livingloopy.com. Like, you're not alone. Reach out and go through this with your friends. Weight Watchers is another great thing that I've gotten a lot out of. So you're not alone. I want you to know that. You're not a freak. You're not broken. You're a human being who's dealing with emotions and stuff every day. And we just got to work on it. Work on dealing with those emotions in a better way. It's not perfection. It's just continue to better yourself. All right? One step at a time. All right. So this is going to be a good week. I promise. All right? See you next week. Peace.
For more information, go to www.livingloopy.com. Be sure to head over to iTunes, subscribe, rate, and review. We'll see you next week on the Living Loopy Podcast.